Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Roberto Carlos producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
One of the game's best ever, Cristiano Ronaldo. He brings a power to whatever he does, and his unquenchable thirst for goals is always an enjoyable sideshow. It's very rare he fails to leave his mark.
I think the opposition defence agree too. He's going to be the source of so many of their headaches. Yamal. Oh, great defending, that needed doing. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, that's well spotted. Yamal.
This is the time you need that pace.
It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. Now it's Rafinha. Yamal. That is lovely. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Gerrard. Adriano. Oh, well played, well played. Ferdinand is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Cross is blocked, and that's a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Hangs one in. Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Corner number 2 then. Beckham with the short one. Played out towards the right wing. Oh, smashing header! Cristiano Ronaldo! The glamour and the glory! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
Well, you've always got that threat when he's around. Great movement, and what a great header.
So we have the first goal.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Beckham is always looking to play quality balls. That is good alertness. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Vietnam have their third corner. That's a decent clearance. 30 minutes gone. And this is Beckham. Here it is, crossed in. Nesta attempts a clearance. It's a goal kick. Bale. Olise. Bale is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. He is through here. Oh, it's played into the area. Oh, it just needed a better touch, and you could see his annoyance.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
And it's Rijkaard. Oh, it's a loose touch and the ball is anyone's. Played in. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. No, he's not getting his way this time. Bale. Drives it in. Yamal. Adriano can be a real threat inside the box. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos goes hurtling down that left-hand side. Terrific header! Bale gets good distance on it. Chelsea have reclaimed it. And he cuts out the supply. He steps in, and that's the end of that.
Added time.
Rummenigge. Nesta. And that's aimed into the... Oh, what a claw! Oh, it rattles the bar! And that should get the job done. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
He gets big!
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Olise. Bale. Oh, this is a very good run. Olise! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Rafinha. Rafinha puts his foot on the gas. Yamal. And he lines it. He rises! Sticks it away! They have come roaring back!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Oh, lovely header, but really it was all about the delivery.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And that's a mighty effort! They've scored!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Vietnam go into the lead. It's Ibrahimovic! That was superb goalkeeping.
Ibrahimovic is offering a wry smile there.
That's a decent clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. Bale chooses to go cross-field. Now it's Beckham. Ferdinand gets a foot in here. Tries to cross. Cleared away. Adriano. Gerrard can see things others simply cannot. And that is a little undercooked. Michael. Ferdinand. Adriano might just make this. And it's Yaya Toure.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack. Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually...
And here's the chance to counter. And it's Ibrahimovic. And he was alert to it. Great vision.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Beckham to take it as usual.
Field, number 21, Ibrahimovic. Number 18, Adriano. Number 17, Rafinha.
That is expertly dealt with.
Number 8, Gerrard. Number 10,
Chelsea
Gerrard.
have the chance to go
Coming
the
on
other way.
field, number 20,
He's going to be
Yakubu.
disappointed with that.
Number
Oh, this
7,
looks sharp.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Number 19, Pele.
Yamal.
Number 11, Iniesta.
Now that's
Number
well
4,
seen too.
Cafu. Substitution.
Into the last quarter of an hour. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Played out to the right. Cafu looking to run onto it. Vieira. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Yamal, the specialist in tearing teams apart. That's Beckham. And it's Beckham. Beckham with the... He's got tall!
Vietnam clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Cafu will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now it's Beckham. Hullet. He's free, he has got space. Beckham looking to go. Big header! He should have put that one away.
Kohler really should have done better there. I just hope for his sake that he doesn't live to regret that.
Yaya Toure is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Can he get on the end of this? Now it's Yamal.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Beckham with the cross. Roberto Carlos. Iniesta. Oh, easy pickings there. Threads one in.
There will be 3 minutes at a time.
It's gone for a throw-in. Maicon. He's a sharp little ball here. Crosses it in, climbs up big! Oh, crossbar! Another header, but again the same outcome.
Vietnam really need to convert one of these chances now. This service is good, but the finishing is pretty wasteful.
And the number on the board is 3. Yaya Toure. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Big chance! Oh, fantastic from Ronaldo! He's got himself an absolute... Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. A draw, and a highly unpredictable one. Fair share of momentum shifts. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. The action has already started. Vietnam do have a chance to counter here. Played into space out wide. Oh, that was vital. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And he shoots! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Oh, what a climb! Firm header, just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Bale. And this is Beckham. Played in with purpose. Roberto Carlos gets it away. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
I'd say Petr Cech. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game, and I can't. Dependable and strong in every aspect of a goalkeeper's job, and he breeds confidence for his defence.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. And it's Beckham. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Nicely aimed pass. Maicon. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Maicon made a surge from full-back, as it turned out, unsuccessfully. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Yaya Toure is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Played out to the right. Now it's Yamal. Here it is, crossed in. There's the clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. Now it's Rafinha. Oh, sweet feet. Now it's Yamal. So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Michael conjures time and space where few can. Over to the left.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
Gerrard. And Rafinha out towards the flank. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Ibrahimovic. Searching pass he's played there. Well timed, excellent interception. And it's Ibrahimovic. Can he get it through?
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Roberto Carlos. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. It's their second corner of the game. He's got through. Goal! A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Chelsea have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Michael is always looking to play quality balls, and the counter is on. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. 1-0 the score. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank. Caresses it through, and he's in on goal. Cross in, looks like a good one. And it's hoisted clear. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. It's run loose here. Takes aim and crosses. Rafinha.
There will be one
Great
minute
vision.
added time.
He's shifting through the gears here. Gerrard. Gerrard! Really well taken goal. And we've reached half-time. And it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Yeah, I like the fact that there was a genuine flow to this game, as well as intent. But I can't help feeling that their efforts deserved that little bit more.
Chelsea, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up.
Substitution in progress.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
Now the cross. Vietnam have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. Corner number 2, then. That's a decent clearance. And now a sudden chance to counter. Ferdinand. Chelsea finding their passes. That's a little off target. Rafinha. Now there's a fine ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well, that looks a cracking ball. He's picked his way through. Quality ball. Adriano is onto it in a flash. Now it's Rafinha. Yamal. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Ferdinand is very much of the none-shall-pass school of defending.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Quarter of an hour into the second half. And it's Beckham. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Rijkaard. And this is Ronaldo.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Rafinha. Ibrahimovic. This looks promising. Oh, he's burst. He's having a shot! Really well taken goal. And look what it means to them. This is a position of genuine strength now. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Chelsea are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Nesta. Ibrahimovic is herring after that one. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Rijkaard. And it's Gullit. And this is Ronaldo. And this is Gullit.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Yamal. Played out to the left flank. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. An instinctive delivery.
Substitution on the field.
Vietnam have their third corner.
Ibrahimovic. Number 18, Adriano.
Vieira is there and he can get that clear.
Rafinha.
Chelsea
Number 10,
are looking to go forward now.
Number 8.
And he's picked out the run.
Coming on the field.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Number 7,
And the shots!
Ronaldo. Number 45.
Chelsea can consider themselves just about safe now.
Cafu. Number
Roberto
9,
Carlos.
Vieira.
And it's Roberto Carlos.
Substitutions taking place.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Oh, that's well spotted. Out to the right. Beckham. Crosses it in. Oh, smashing header! Oh, split-second reaction.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Osimhen. Cafu. There's the delivery. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Now it's Yamal.
There will be 1 minute added
Not
time.
too much to add on here, just a minute. Cristiano Ronaldo. Yaya Toure. And there goes the final whistle. Perhaps not quite utopia, not what was entirely desired, but most importantly, they have the result that was of paramount importance. Good enough in the eyes of their people.
Car parked outside the stadium
So,
gate.
Jim, how do you
Kindly
reflect on
remove it,
what we've
as it is
seen?
about to be
I think
towed
we just
away.
saw a team
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And as you can see, we've already started here. And it's Yaya Toure. He shifted it to the flank. Chance to deliver. And that should get the job done. And the counter is on. Adriano goes for a shot! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Adriano really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And we have our very first corner. And he's there to clear it. Played into the middle. And he gets rid in a hurry.
Well, if you're looking for a showstopper, I think we need to look no further than Kaka here, Peter. To me, it's all going to be about how much of the ball he's going to see.
So does he have a specific role?
Yeah, basically to get on it and take it to the opposition. That's what he does. And in doing that, he engages everybody around him.
Yeah, it's terrific. Bale calmly anticipates. Michael. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both.
And the finish! There it is! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Vietnam are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Can he latch on to this? That has been knocked... Chance for a shot! Oh, there's a probing ball. Now he's off and running. Vieira.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Takes a shot! And the ball's come loose here. Kaka. Pass somewhat off target. Shapes to shoot! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Roberto Carlos providing an outlet on that flank. Roberto Carlos got a long way forward to join the attack. Excellent challenge. Ibrahimovic! It's in! They have come roaring back!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Can he finish? That was superb goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And it's hoisted clear. And now a sudden chance to counter. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. A probing pass. Ooh, perfectly measured that. Vietnam look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible. Oh, that was one big no-no when you've got a queue formed in the box.
Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Olise in acres of space out wide. That has been knocked clear. Rafinha.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Looking for options for movement. Thinks about the shots. Can he finish? It's in! Simplicity itself.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. So we have a breakthrough. Now chance! He has done it! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one. Big header! And the referee's looking at his watch. We could be done here. And it's Yaya Toure. And he's in on goal. Oh, well played. And there is the half-time whistle. Chelsea are involved in a terrific contest here. It's been a slugfest and a half. And neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this. What a good half. They've gone blow for blow, and it's 2-2. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Oh, that was vital. Roberto Carlos is looking to influence the game from out wide. And the shot!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Maicon's up he goes! Superb goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
Utterly unsophisticated, but stuck away with unashamed certainty.
Yeah, but I think most of the credit has to go for the ball into the box, Peter. Just came in at the perfect time and the perfect angle.
Vietnam take the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Now it's Beckham. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press.
Big chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Chelsea really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half. Kaka conjures time and space where few can. Bale. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Maicon has created one goal already. Rijkaard. Beckham. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And that pass just didn't quite work.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And this is Ibrahimovic. Rijkaard gets a foot in here. Kaka. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And it's Ibrahimovic. And this is Beckham. Lovely bit of skill. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Well, they could break here. Nice looking ball. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Ambitious ball here. He's being urged to shoot. Now it's Bale. Delivers. Oh, smashing him! Oh, he's hit the bar! It's a goal! And there we have it, the 2-goal cushion. Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
Substitution on the field. Number 21, Ibrahimovic. Number 18, Adriano.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
Number 8,
Vietnam go 2 up and into a position of real strength.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Number 20,
Pullet is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Number 4, Cafu. Substitution.
Collier, nicely weighted. Shot, surely!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And he's managed to gift it back. Lofted upfield. Lahm concedes a free kick for that. Yaya Toure. And it's Yaya Toure. Chelsea finding their... He's having a shot! And that's a real chance missed.
That's more like it. They have to force the issue, and that's the way to do it.
Ibrahimovic. Now it's Pedro Neto. Pele. Iniesta. Iniesta driving. It's Iniesta! Roberto Carlos. A picture of focus and alertness. And it's Lahm.
2 added minutes
Yaya
have been
Toure.
indicated.
Iniesta. And it's Yaya Toure. Engages and forces him off the ball. And it's Gullit. And there goes the final whistle. Chelsea did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here.
Hello,
A
everybody,
clear
and
night,
welcome
all
to
the
today's
ingredients
match.
for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. It's a mighty effort! Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, the manager clearly has to react to this and tactically change what's happening. It's too easy for them to get in.
Ball. Oh, smashing header! They've scored!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
What a header! Flashed in with the crispest of contacts.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Chelsea are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Gerrard. Can he get on the end of this? And he's there to retrieve it. Gerrard. Yamal. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Oh, nice touch. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Rijkaard. Now Kaká. Vieira. Bale.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. And that should get the job done. Kaká is onto this. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. And it's Kaká. Beckham will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Gerrard. And here's Roberto Carlos. Good ball, good take. Kaká. Now, what about a counter-attack? And this is Ronaldo. Change of plan here, perhaps.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Cross.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
That's a throw. Oh, well played, well sorted out.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. And he's away. Chelsea have it back and can go again. Now, this could be a chance. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Bale is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. Vieira. Kaká. Rijkaard. It's a pretty loose pass. Ferdinand. Now he's off and running. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing.
You can never be short of runners into space.
As he gets big! And the header is disappointing in the end.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Michael conjures time and space where few can. Looking for options for movement.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Rafinha. Adriano. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Beckham. Oh, it's Beckham! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Adriano dominates aerially so often, and that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Ferdinand. There's the whistle for half-time. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about, so an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
Substitution on the field. Number 8.
Here we go again then.
Number 17.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Beckham. And it's lofted through here. And that has been cleared. Roberto Carlos. Oh, that's fabulous. Yamal's cross. Czech claims it. Safe hands. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Over to the other side.
Good switch, that. Vietnam are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way-through zone.
Chelsea different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Kaka did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Now, can they... Oh, shooting chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Pele really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Big header! Oh, crossbar! Well, he should have done better, and he knows it.
Ibrahimovic is clearly kicking himself here. He knew that was a great opportunity.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Tries to pass it through. Oh, great defending, that needed doing.
Oh, that's brilliant from him, because he was so quick to read it. Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Played out to the right. Delivers the ball. Can he finish? And yes, it's there! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Substitution on the field. Number 21, Ibrahimovic. Number
Both sides
18,
then taking this chance
Adriano.
to turn to their benches.
Number 10,
And that has added a whole
Coming
new
on the
complexion
field,
to the game.
Number 7,
This is exactly the kind of contest
Ronaldo.
you'd expect when you have so much...
Up he goes!
Ottoman. Number 4,
And kept out by
Cafu.
the most
Substitution in
elastic of
progress.
saves.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Cafu, it's an inviting-looking ball, that. Ferdinand gets across to intercept that. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get it...
Real chance! Yaya Toure. Roberto Carlos is one whose deliveries we all know about.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
It's a sharp pass. And it's Roberto Carlos. And that's ended. He's got full. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Pele. Ferdinand does really well to win the ball there. Ronaldo gets flagged offside. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Cafu takes control of it and he's on the move. Yamal. And that is a little undercooked. Oh, there's a probing ball. Spreads it out wide. That is ended up in no man's land.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Pass somewhat off target. That has not gone well. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Oh, what about that? And that has raised the roof! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's just a fabulous,
2
fabulous
added
finish.
minutes has been
Anything that
indicated.
close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Chelsea complete their comeback and now they only need to hold out for a few minutes.
Well, look, Peter,
And that will be the final act. Chelsea have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure.
And just a quick reminder,
Chelsea
today to please
leave it
drink
late,
responsibly.
but in
Anyone
the
feeling
end, it
intoxicated
was
or behaving
great.
in an inappropriate
well, I
manner
just
will
think
be
that
removed.
determination
Thank you very
and
much for your
persistence has
cooperation.
paid off handsomely.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The
Hello,
game yet to
everybody,
kick off.
and welcome
The
to
excitement
today's match.
already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, we're on the way. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
I'd say Petr Cech. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game, and I can't. Dependable and strong in every aspect of a goalkeeper's job, and he breeds confidence for his defence.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Nicely shaped ball. It's played through for him. And that's an errant pass.
Cristiano Ronaldo really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
Vieira. Oh, a delicate chip through. Roberto Carlos elects to cross. He gets big, and it's come back out to him. Superb goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, it still had to be finished off, so well done to the goal scorer, but the keeper should have done a lot better.
Terrific header! It's fallen kindly here! And again! Just not quite happening for him just now.
They're just unrelenting, Peter, wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Turan.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Chelsea finding their passes. Well, that's beautifully weighted. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. Chelsea with the corner, they're first. Goulart is there, and he can get that clear. Now, can they get him all? Can he finish? He scores! And And the lead lost no time at all.
Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less.
We knew what was coming, and he has outfoxed the keeper again.
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can come into it, and it didn't.
Chelsea grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
And here's Ibrahimovic. And he's only too happy to take that back. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Not the most accurate pass. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. Distributed tidily. Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Referee's had a good look and given a corner. Corner number 2 then. And he's there to clear it. Decent progress down the left. Port are looking to go forward now. No, that's been intercepted. Roberto Carlos is looking to influence the game from out wide. No, that pass isn't the best. Searching pass he's played there. Oh, that's well spotted. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And this is Ronaldo. That's an excellent interception. Could move up a gear here. Thuram. Knocks it into space. Oh, that's a fine interception. Good play on the left-hand side here. Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Gerrard. It's a good run down the left-hand side. And it's Roberto Carlos. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick. Yaya Toure. That's a good ball out wide. That's a super give and go, and he whips it. A mighty effort! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Ibrahimovic really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Goulet. And it's Hullet. There's the whistle for half-time. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, both sides would have expected a closely fought match, and that's pretty much what we've got so far. The early exchanges, I think, in this second half will be worth keeping an eye on to see if any adjustments have been made to change things.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. Second period then underway. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Roberto Carlos. Ferdinand. Driving forward. Oh, they can break here. That ball looks a good one. And the counter is on. Well read, nice interception. Vieira. And here's Mbappe. Tries to play it through. Played in by Roberto. Climbs up big! Oh, it's come off the upright. Gerrard.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Ibrahimovic. He's shifting through the gear. He's having a shot! That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
So, third corner of the game. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Can he finish? Oh, good effort, he got plenty on that.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Thuram is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! And that would have been some goal.
Mbappe clearly is trying to be too clever there. He should have gone with his instincts.
Turns back here, probably the best option. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
And that's been won straight back. Gullit. Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
Substitution on the field. Number 19.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Coming on to replace him is number 10, Neymar. Substitution.
That is good alertness.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
He won't be happy with that one. Cafu puts his foot on the gas. Collar. Oh, well played. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor. Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase.
There's the shot! It's a goal! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it. They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Great vision. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Can he get on the end of this? Wow, that's a fine save. And that was very necessary.
Substitution on the field.
Chelsea
Number
get
21,
their fourth corner.
Gullit. Number 20, Gulen. Number 5, Roberto Carlos. Number 3.
Oh, smashing! And the keeper couldn't hold it.
Field. Number 4,
And now a sudden chance to counter.
22, Eze.
Played into space. Floated through.
Van Dijk.
Buffon gets it away. Tries from distance. Hits off target and by quite a way. Chelsea moments now away from seeing this one out. A heavy challenge. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish, no half measures from here.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Buffon. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Cafu. So that's it. It is all over. Chelsea have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they need. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, we're underway. Jim, how are you reading the formation?
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure can quickly be applied via the counter-attack. and you can be exposed defensively. So compactness can't be compromised, and you need talkers in this team. You need leaders and people that are willing to organise things very quickly.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Another pass, just... There's the shot! Ibrahimovic! It could only be him!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again. Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
And the shot! So just a one early goal to report so far, and the score is 1-0. He's picked his way through. Played into the box. It should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Roberto Carlos. And it's Yaya Toure. And here's Rafinha. Nicely spread. Deflected behind for a corner kick. Chelsea with the corner. They're first. Terrific header! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Argentina are looking to go forward now. Van Bronckhorst is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Cruyff, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Adriano. And here's Del Piero. Genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional. Van Bronckhorst. And here's Del Piero. Gerrard. Oh, that's a key interception. Nesta. Shifted upfield. Ibrahimovic is herring after that one. To Gerrard. Played out to the right. Lovely feet. He's being urged to shoot, and he's gone back. It's Gerrard! Now, who's going to be first to this? Bellingham. Argentina trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Threads one in. Ibrahimovic. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Vieira. Del Piero going full tilt down the left. He's shifting through the gears here. Here comes the corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Del Piero. Oh, shooting chance! They want to be quick to recover this. And he's taking no chances there. Shapes to shoot! This time, surely! It's loose now, and they want to get it back. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Incoming delivery! And that has been cleared. Gerrard.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Roberto Carlos is looking to influence the game from out wide. Now there's a fine ball. Rafinha. Rafinha was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And he cuts out the supply. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Delivers the ball. And he's there to get it away. There's the whistle for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking.
There's plenty of positives to take despite the lead being so small, Peter. I think playing well, good energy, a little more composure up front perhaps, that's not too much to ask.
Chelsea leading 1-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference. Turns and goes back. And the finish! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Well, talking about creating a problem for yourself, OK, credit to good pressing, but that was entirely avoidable.
Rafael Varane. Good play on the left-hand side here. And here's Del Piero. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well-timed, excellent interception. Yaya Toure can so cleverly bypass the press. And here's the chance to counter. Cruyff looking to penetrate opposition lines. He is through here. Rummenigge! Oh, the ball's run loose here. That's good play. Nicely aimed pass. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
And here's Ibrahimovic. That's a lovely pass. Now the cross. Oh, smashing header! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist Peter in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
And they win it back again. Can he get on the end of this?
Argentina really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Gerrard. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Rummenigge is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Rafael Varane. Yaya Toure. Bellingham. And it's Cruyff. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Adriano. Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos. Oh, that's neat. Gerrard. Chelsea leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. And it's Nesta. And Jamal. Played over towards the opposite flank. Rummenigge.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
And there's green grass ahead of him.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Nesta kept his eye on it, and he's there. Keeper's got good distance on that. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And time is up. Chelsea have held on. They have doggedly, sometimes frantically, preserved the...